In the world of daytime TV, Peter Bergman's name is linked to longevity and versatility. He is best known for playing Jack Abbott on The Young and the Restless since 1989. Bergman's career has lasted more than 30 years, making him one of the most famous and beloved actors in the soap opera world. However, his path to fame and success has not been easy. Both professionally and personally. Peter Bergman was born on June 11th, 1953, in Guantánamo Bay, Cuba. His early years were shaped by the constantly changing world of military life. He was born at a U.S. Navy base in Guantánamo Bay, Cuba, and was immediately immersed in a world shaped by the Navy. His father, who was in the Navy, played a big role in Peter's life. His upbringing and the family's frequent moves because of military assignments were important parts of his childhood. As is common for children of military personnel, the Bergman family moved to different places in the U.S. and abroad. These constant moves made Peter's early years unique, but they also gave him a sense of instability. Growing up in different places exposed Bergman to different cultures and ways of life, which helped him see the world in a wider way at a young age. Bergman had to quickly make friends and adjust to new schools and social groups because he was in the military. The constant change of scenery and the military lifestyle probably helped him develop qualities of resilience and flexibility that would serve him well in life and in his future acting career. Peter Bergman's family eventually settled in the United States, where he started to build deeper roots. The decision to settle down gave Bergman a more traditional educational path, though his path to formal education was still unusual in many ways because he grew up in a military family. He went to college at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill and chose to study drama. Her time at the University of North Carolina gave Bergman a foundation in the performing arts. It was here that he grew his love of acting and learned the skills and techniques that would help him in his future career. The University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill was not only a place for him to do well in school, but also a place where he could explore his artistic interests. The school's drama program gave him the chance to perform in a number of plays, which gave him experience in front of an audience and helped him improve his stage presence. After finishing school, Peter Bergman started working as a professional in the entertainment industry. His degree and early training gave him the tools he needed, but Bergman's early career wasn't an easy or quick rise to fame like some others. He had to deal with the tough challenges of breaking into the entertainment industry, which is very competitive and often takes years of hard work before you get a big role. Bergman started out as an actor by making guest appearances on TV shows, but it wasn't until the early 1980s that he really started to get noticed by both industry professionals and audiences. Make waves in primetime TV by appearing on popular shows like The Rockford Files, which starred James Garner as private investigator Jim Rockford and was one of the most popular detective shows of the 1970s and 1980s. The show was known for its sharp writing, strong performances, and ability to mix drama and humor. Bergman's guest role on The Rockford Files gave him a chance to. Even though Bergman's role was pretty small, working with experienced actors like Garner helped him build a reputation for being able to hold his own. The Rockford Files was a great way for Bergman to show off his talent because it put him in the spotlight of American television and gave him a taste of the primetime scene early on. Another important role that helped solidify Bergman's place in the television industry was his guest appearance on All My Children was one of the most popular and loved soap operas of the time, known for its dramatic plots, memorable characters, and complicated relationships. It was also one of the most watched daytime shows of the 1980s. Bergman was cast as Cliff Warner, a charming and ambitious character who got caught up in the typical emotional and romantic turmoil of the soap opera. His role as Cliff Warner made him famous among soap opera fans and opened doors for him. Bergman's early career really took off when he played Cliff Warner on All My Children. The soap opera had a loyal and large audience, which gave him the chance to show off his talent in a long-term role, something that most guest stars on primetime TV weren't able to do. Fans loved his character, Cliff, and this exposure helped him build a loyal fan base on top of his growing popularity on the show. Children helped Bergman get better at long-form storytelling, since actors in soap operas have to play characters over years of changing plots. When Peter Bergman first played Jack Abbott, he had to create a character who was both ambitious and deeply flawed. Jack Abbott was the son of wealthy businessman John Abbott and grew up in the wealthy Abbott family. At first, Bergman portrayed Jack as a suave and charismatic businessman with a strong sense of entitlement. But as the years went on, Bergman gave Jack a lot more depth. Bergman did a great job of showing Jack Abbott's weaknesses, wants, and insecurities, which made him a lot more than just the stereotypical rich playboy. Her emotional range was impressive, and she also showed how Jack was often torn between his family's traditions and his own morals. Jack was torn between staying true to his family's values and his own, or follow his own desires was a central theme in his stories, and Bergman's nuanced performance helped viewers relate to a character who sometimes seemed beyond redemption but was still a likable figure. One of the things that made Jack Abbott's character stand out was his rivalry with Victor Newman, played by Eric Braeden. The rivalry between Jack and Victor became one of the main themes of the show. For years, Jack and Victor were the most interesting and dramatic parts of The Young and the Restless. Their dislike for each other came from personal and work problems, and it became clear that Jack and Victor were very different in almost every way. The tensions between Jack and Victor were shown in many dramatic storylines, many of which were about business battles, family problems, and romantic relationships. Jack was often portrayed as the underdog trying to outsmart the powerful Victor, who would do anything to get rid of his rival. Despite their many feuds, both characters were deeply connected to the Newman and Abbott families, which made their rivalry both personal and professional. Bergman's portrayal of Jack's rivalry with Victor was both fierce and emotional. It showed how determined Jack was to protect his family's legacy and his business empire, but it also showed how vulnerable he was as he dealt with his own insecurities and the consequences of his personal choices. The contrast between Jack's often charming but self-serving personality and Victor's colder, more calculated one was striking. Fans were interested in how they interacted with each other for years. Peter Bergman's time on The Young and the Restless was marked by a number of important accomplishments. His performances as Jack Abbott earned him a notable number of Daytime Emmy Award nominations. These nominations show how well he was able to capture the subtleties of a character who is both deeply flawed and. The Daytime Emmy Awards, which are widely seen as one of the highest honors in the TV industry, recognize excellence in daytime programming, and Bergman's repeated nominations show that he is a leading figure in the genre. His first Daytime Emmy nomination came soon after he started playing Jack Abbott in 1989. This early recognition showed that he could make an immediate impact on the world of daytime television. As the years went on, Bergman's talent for navigating the complicated plots and emotional challenges of his character only got harder, which led to more nominations over the next few decades. The fact that Bergman kept getting recognized for his performance year after year shows how consistent and emotionally deep his work was. In addition to his 1991 win, Bergman's nominations and wins in the Daytime Emmy Awards in subsequent years cemented his place in the soap opera community. The nomination recognized Bergman's growth as an actor and his ongoing contributions to the field. The honor was not only for the role of Jack Abbott, but also for Bergman's growth and ability to deliver compelling performances year after year. In addition to Emmy nominations and wins, Peter Bergman's portrayal of Jack Abbott has earned him a lot of praise from critics, who have consistently praised Bergman's depth and versatility, highlighting his ability to. Jack Abbott is one of the most complicated characters in the history of The Young and the Restless, and Bergman's performance as him has made him an unforgettable part of soap opera history. In addition to praise from critics, Bergman's portrayal of Jack Abbott has earned him a loyal and he has a strong fan base that consistently supports him and praises his ability to make Jack a likable character, even in the most controversial and morally ambiguous situations. Bergman's performance makes Jack more than just a rich businessman, it makes him a more relatable and complex character. Peter Bergman is best known for his long-running role as Jack Abbott on the famous soap opera The Young and the Restless. But Bergman's career as an actor goes far beyond daytime TV. Over the years, he has been in many movies and TV shows, showing that he is adaptable to different genres and roles. While his work on The Young and the Restless is his most famous and lasting contribution to TV, his long and varied career shows how versatile he is as an actor. Bergman was also a dedicated actor who made guest appearances on other popular TV shows during this time. He had guest roles on Dynasty, All My Children, and The Nanny, which helped him become known in the TV world. His ability to switch between drama and comedy showed how versatile he was as an actor, as he was able to adapt to the tone and style of each role. Even though each show had its own rules, it was clear that Peter Bergman's love of acting and ability to create memorable characters were guiding him toward a bigger role in the entertainment industry. In addition to his TV roles, Peter Bergman has also been in a few movies, where he got to try out different characters and genres. One of his most notable movie roles was in the Bergman's filmography isn't very big, but his work in projects like The Man Who Came Back 1994, a Western about a former slave looking for revenge, shows that he's willing to try new things as an actor. Bergman also did voiceover work for animated TV shows. One of the most interesting was his role as the Kingpin in some episodes of Spider-Man the Animated Series. This was a big change from his usual live-action roles, but it showed how versatile he was by giving his voice to a character in a completely different genre. Bergman appeared on other soap operas, such as The Bold and the Beautiful, in addition to his famous role on The Young and the Restless. In 2005, he guest starred on The Bold and the Beautiful as a character named the Italian Tycoon, adding another chapter to his legacy in the soap opera world while the character was a. While Bergman was away from Jack Abbott, he showed off his charm and presence in a different genre setting. His guest appearance on The Bold and the Beautiful gave him a chance to connect with fans of a different soap opera and cemented his place as a mainstay in the daytime drama world. Bergman was open to trying new things, from voice acting to television. His commitment to being a well-rounded and flexible actor is shown by his work in dramas and made-for-TV movies. It also shows his desire to keep growing as an actor, never letting his famous role on The Young and the Restless limit him. While his work on the soap opera will always be his most famous contribution to television, Peter Bergman's career has been extensive and varied, with each project adding to the legacy of one of daytime television's most celebrated actors. Peter Bergman, who is best known for playing Jack Abbott on The Young and the Restless, has had a successful career in the entertainment industry, with many awards and a legacy that spans over 30 years. However, like many people who have had great professional success, Bergman has also had some difficult times in his personal life. The death of his father was the hardest, and it affected not only his personal life, but also his career. Peter Bergman's father was in the U.S. Navy and died when Bergman was already well known in the entertainment business. Losing a father, especially one with whom he had a close bond, changed Bergman in ways that will never be the same. While many people experience grief at different times in their lives, the loss of a parent is what changed Bergman. The death of a parent is often especially difficult. For Bergman, his father's death was a turning point that made him face his own mortality and rethink the course of his life and career. The loss of his father was more than just an emotional blow. It made him think about his priorities, the value of family, and the importance of spending time with loved ones. The death of a parent can often make a person rethink who they are and what they want to leave behind. Bergman's time of self-reflection helped him understand how important it is to have both personal connections and professional fulfillment. In addition to his professional successes, Peter Bergman's handling of personal problems has shown how resilient he is. For example, his ability to deal with the death of a loved one and keep going is a testament to his strength of character, while grief often leaves an indelible mark on a person's life. It's clear that Bergman was able to find balance between his career and personal life. Even during this tough time, he didn't hide from the public or his role as an actor. Instead, he continued to play Jack Abbott, using his own experiences to make the character more real. Bergman's ability to keep a sense of. It's impressive how professionally he's handled his personal problems throughout his career. He has always been able to balance his work on The Young and the Restless with his personal life, rarely letting the ups and downs of his personal life get in the way of his professional duties. His dedication to his role and his work ethic has remained strong even after losing someone close to him, which says a lot. Thanks to his hard work and emotional strength, Peter Bergman, who is best known for playing Jack Abbott on The Young and the Restless, has had a career full of both triumphs and tragedies. While much of his life has been focused on family and professional success, there have also been big problems that have tested his strength. One of the hardest times in his health was when he was diagnosed with Lyme disease in the early 2000s. As a result of Lyme disease, Bergman's physical health and ability to perform were both affected. The illness not only caused him physical pain, but it also made him think deeply about his personal well-being and career. Bergman has been open about his health problems, talking about how the disease left him feeling drained and unable to perform at the level he was used to. Muscle pain and a general feeling of being unwell were very difficult. Dealing with such an illness was also hard on his mental health. As an actor who had built his career on being charismatic and physically active on screen, the limitations that Lyme disease brought were especially hard to accept. In the early 2000s, Peter Bergman's health started to have a big impact on his career. As a veteran of daytime TV, he was used to working long hours and often filming multiple episodes a day. Lyme disease made it harder and harder for him to keep up with the demanding shooting schedule. Symptoms like fatigue and joint pain made it impossible for him to perform and keep up the high energy needed for his role as Jack Abbott. Bergman's battle with Lyme disease made him realize how important it is to take care of himself, which is something that many public figures, including actors, forget to do because of the pressures of their work. Being in the public eye all the time and following the strict schedules of a daily soap opera can lead to burnout, which makes it even more important for celebrities to take breaks and listen to their bodies when they need rest. In Bergman's case, the battle with Lyme disease forced him to slow down, focus on recovery, and gain a deeper understanding. Knowing the balance between professional goals and personal well-being is important. Since his recovery, Bergman has been open about his experience, using it to bring attention to Lyme disease and how hard it can be to diagnose and treat. Being open about his health problems has given his fans a chance to see a more personal side of the actor. Acting has made him even more popular with his fans and given him a chance to talk about how important it is to take care of one's health, especially when dealing with serious health problems. Despite the many problems Bergman has had in his career, his dedication to his craft and ability to get through tough times have made him a beloved figure in the world of soap operas. On The Young and the Restless shows how talented he is and how well he can adapt to the changing needs of the genre. Soap operas are known for having a lot of actors and characters come and go, but Bergman has stayed a central character on the show for over 30 years. Peter Bergman's career shows how important it is to keep going even when things get tough. He overcame adversity to stay committed to his role and keep in touch with fans, which made him a beloved figure in the entertainment world. His legacy in the soap opera community is secure not only because of his amazing talent, but also because of how he dealt with hardship. Peter Bergman's story is a powerful reminder that with passion, persistence, and dedication, one can get through anything.